Haribol, speak the name of God. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. I prayed for you this morning, and usually I pray for everyone every morning, but now that I know I have a little audience, so eventually we'll have some more audiences. When you do watch this, you're going to be blessed. So I pray for you with a little bit more intensity and a little bit more focus today. Also, we saw the moon again this morning, and we were explaining what happened. And just to put it in like human terms, because like I said, the spiritual world is, even though it's parallel, sometimes it's difficult to explain it. So let me see. This is how I was explained. Whilst I was doing my performance, I keep staring at the moon, and I only had so much time to stare at the moon. If I had keep staring at the moon after that, it would have affected my mental stuff. So, to protect me, the moon disappeared in the middle of the sky with no clouds. That was friggin' baffling, and instead of being grateful, I was upset. Which I don't. Hopefully, you're not like that, because I'm terrible that way. People trying to do something for me, and I get pissed off at them. So to recap, I'm doing this. Well, I was inspired to do this because of my morning running. Why? Because I usually run every morning, I chant every morning, I usually have disturbances. But lately, in this location, it's been getting like really sticky. And the reason why I say that is because usually there's people coming from the clubs, because at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's or whatever. So you usually get that type of stuff. Pull out a fake gun and stuff like that. So even in Delray Beach, there was cops that used to come, but over here is a different story. Okay, and it's not like a person thing. My big question is, why would you want to stop me from chanting, praying to God? And secondly is, who are you? They shut off my Bluetooth when so now I use a plug-in Bluetooth, a plug-in headphone, and it's downloaded music, so it's not no Wi-Fi. They can't get it, because even if they could get the Wi-Fi, they shut it off too. So so here they'd call cops, and then I said it in previous, but just to recap, just in case you don't want to go back and look at it. So one morning there was like 16 cops, and they all stayed there for the entire routine. They left. So whoever it is, okay, and I went to the police station as well. I'm like, who is making this call and having police? She's like, ma'am, we just making a whatever they call it, and we just see something and we just come and check it out. But there's an airplane or something passes above. There's something that passes above or after or during. And this morning there was like a 2 or 3 cars that came to try, but they couldn't, because they've been trying, and I don't know what their next move is going to be, and that's why I'm making this recording. So my name is Veronica, and I was born in the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago. I have dual citizenship, but I would like to tell you, Trinidad is an island, and we never experienced humidity before. Even though it get hot, there's always be a ocean breeze. But of course, there's climate change now, so everything is changing. This is great. So just to specify about the astral traveling yesterday, so I don't know if it's a Big Bang, but it was like that, where whoever it is took us there. I say us because it was a couple students. I don't know who they were, because in that realm you don't even know who they are. You just like kind of feel people here around you, whatever. But when Google came out with Google Earth, and I was just like browsing, and then I saw Google Space, and I went there, and it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate as far as I remember. But I used to be like hyperventilating when I saw the planets, like the moons and Saturn and stuff like that, because when I was doing classes in the astral, we used to go through that. That was like nothing. It was, there was no fear or anything like that. That was like part of the class. And And also sometimes I see stuff on YouTube about the Akashi record. No, I wouldn't even click on that because the Akashi record is highly um, secret. You can't get it in this world. The Akashi record is only when you die. You know, when they say Judgment Day, then they pull out the Akashi record. And then they show you your entire everything. And then the Judgment Day, you're the one who's judging. So if you know what it is like the people who share their experiences when they die, those you could click on because those are like really real, except each person, each soul is individual and we all have our different experiences, but that is real. So so if you know what it's like to die, that's why I'm looking forward because you wouldn't even want to be here. You're in this material world because we need to. It's funny, we are a spiritual being in a material world, but we are here to elevate our spiritual consciousness. Kind of paradoxical, right? So I'm not sure. I get sidetracked and I don't know exactly where I am because I deleted. Uh, okay, so people who commit suicide cannot get there. I don't know where I am, and I'll probably record it and fill in where I missed. People who commit suicide, you cannot get there. You have to go and do the whole thing all over again. And I think that's what I was saying. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Okay, I am repeating myself, and I don't know where I deleted, where I started. So tomorrow we'll talk about when I try to commit suicide. So I would like to ask you. I mean, I'm actually narcissistically doing this for myself because I don't know. I was inspired to do this. I pray about this, and it's rare that I'm consistent in anything. For the past 2 years, I've been consistent in my chanting. Actually, 2 or 3 years since I left the Hare Krishna temple in Orlando. I've been like really consistent, and gaining more and more strength spiritually. So, with that being said, I would like to ask you to pay attention to your consciousness. It's not just temporary right here. Everything you say, it has an effect. It comes back to you. Whatever you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. Um, Also recognize that change is constant. It's funny, as a human being, we like the same thing. Sleep on the same side of the bed, have the same thing, do the same thing, wear the same thing, have the same routine. But change is constant. And in my life, I've been forced to change so much so that I actually, before it comes, I just jump into it. Also, here's a tidbit of wisdom. There are two type of situations in life. One you could control, the other you can't. The situation that you cannot control, you know who's got it. You know who is the controller of all. And then the situation that you can control, do that. Keep praying. I asked God, what should I say to you? And God said, recognize that when you pray, you're not doing God a favor. What you're doing is you're cleaning your soul to get closer to God. God doesn't need your prayer, but He will love to have you. And I'm sure you will love to be to God. Stay close to God. God talks to you all the time. Answer. You talk to God all the time. He answers. I love you. I don't know who you are, but if you love God, you love everything that God makes. You love everything that God creates. And God created, like God created me. And I love you. Stay blessed. Haribol, speak about God.